Good morning from Monticello, Iowa. Well, I've got 250 miles to go up towards Green Bay, Wisconsin. Valders, or I'm done trying to pronounce Wisconsin names of cities. I'm always wrong, and they're always way too polite about it. It is infuriating. Anyways, I hope I can get unloaded and reloaded. Let's go. Made it up here to Valders, Wisconsin. Got to put my uniform on. Fit check. Okay, let's go check in. Okay, watch out. Flatbedder about to be doing the old reverse-a-roo there. Well, we are now unloaded. So I guess gotta go find something else to do. I'm now at a place called, try this one out, Peshtigo, Wisconsin. And I'm here to fuel, and it's an off-brand place, so it's probably going to take me a minute to do it. I may have mentioned this a time or seven, but I love Wisconsin. This place is awesome. We're starting to get that late fall, early winter feel, the nip. This is my favorite time of year, I think. Quite possibly. It's a shame that it gets dark so early because I'm headed up to the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and it's going to be dark by the time I get up there. I'll have to look at it tomorrow, I guess. So I had to go in the store to start the pump and everything old school. Have a face-to-face interaction with some gal that works here at the Eagle Express. And I asked her a few questions. The first one is, how do I get fuel? And then I said, how do you pronounce the name of this town? And she said it was Peshtigo. So I was right for once in Wisconsin about a name. And then another question I asked her is, what's in that brown food case right there? What are those things? And she said some of those are fried raviolis. Some of them are, well, I don't know what those other ones are. And I said, doesn't matter. Grab that one in the middle and give it to me. It's brown and it's warm. They're jalapeno poppers, by the way. Sometimes a fella just wants brown food, you know, out of the warmer case. So good. I am in Newberry, Michigan. That's the UP, the Upper Peninsula. Right outside there is the forest. And I'm parked in the dirt, where I belong, next to the woods. Life could literally be probably a little bit better with certain tweaks here and there, but for all intents and purposes, as good as it gets. 5:26 for the day, 5:26 for the pay week, because it's the beginning of the pay week. It's 8:48 p.m. Eastern time, and I am probably going to go to bed because I want to get up early and just tarp the ever living crap out of this load that I'm about to go get. It's going to be a great time. I don't know why I was thinking this would be a peaceful location. Whoa! We're going to talk about this. Do you see it? Do you see it? Before I can talk about that, I got to tell you about, we got to back up. So it's like this. In 2016, it was a cold, snowy November night. It was Mount Shasta, California. The redhead and I, we found ourselves looking down at this beautiful 6-pound baby girl. And when I saw her, I knew that life as I knew it was over and a new life had begun, and it was wonderful. But it was also a little stressful because I had this whole other little tiny, just defenseless, beautiful child that was now my responsibility. So you know what I did? I went to work, and I was a working fool. Fast forward about 16 months. I was working like basically 3 jobs. I was working in exchange for rent on the property that I lived on. I had a full-time job at the sawmill, and I had another full-time job delivering pizzas, of all things. I would pull, you know, a minimum 45 hours a week, usually 50 hours a week, working at the sawmill. I would usually pull at least 40 hours a week, and I often would do overtime as well. And then I worked an additional at least 40 hours a week at Pizza Hut, and then I was responsible for work around the place that I lived. And I made decent money, but I was always working, barely slept, always working. And it caught up with me, and I started having some really bad problems. I got really sick, and sick is a weird way to describe it. That's usually how I describe it when I talk about this period of life, which I don't like to talk about a whole lot. We're going to be real honest about it. But it started with some renal problems, and then I started having back problems real bad. And then it progressed to the point where I lost the use of my left leg, total neuropathy, couldn't walk, lost control of, like, I was incontinent, you know, like my bladder and stuff, no control. Spent a lot of time catheterized. I don't really want to get into the details, but one of the things that would happen is I would have these episodes that were very scary, where I would lose consciousness. And I was basically bedridden. I was useless. I wasn't working. Things were not going well. I was laid up, and I was the only one that worked, you know. Amanda didn't work at this time. So it was really tough. And so she was forced to take care of this little 16 to 18 month old baby and me. It was a lot. And one night in particular, I was having a rough time, and I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, but I didn't know. I thought I was gonna die. I literally was convinced it was the end. And I can remember my aunt was there, my wife was there, and I remember telling them, you know, my daughter was asleep in her crib in the other room, and I just remember begging them to bring her out to me, because I wanted to see her one last time. And man, that was a rough time. But I am very fortunate in so many ways, especially in the way that I have my health back. I'm able to do, and you know, I'm probably in better physical shape now than I have been in a long time, and I'm very fortunate for that. And I'm able to provide for my family in a way that I couldn't have imagined, you know, at these dark moments that I just brought up. And since then, we've had 2 more beautiful baby little girls, one more in 2019, another one in 2021. And I'm so blessed. I have this job. I'm able to take care of them financially in a way that they don't have to want for anything. And we're able to do stuff with our children that, you know, the redhead and I, we couldn't have even dreamed of being able to do the things when we were children that we're able to do for our children. It's literally everything a parent could want. And I'm so fortunate to have it. And one of the cool things about my lifestyle is that I go to work. It's a sacrifice. I miss a lot of stuff. I'm not home every day, but when I come home, I can take a big block of time off, multiple days. And I have a little bit more jingle in the pockets, you know, so we can do some cool stuff. And one of the cool things we did is last year, my little firstborn baby girl, it was 6-pound baby. She wasn't so little anymore. She turned 6 years old, and she wanted to go to Disneyland. So we loaded up the family. We went down and we rented a bungalow, Newport Beach, California. We stayed on the ocean for many days, had this amazing time. It was wonderful. One of the things we did while we were down there is we went up to Long Beach, California. We went to the Aquarium of the Pacific, and I bought myself this in the gift shop. And it's not a hoodie, by the way. And I will rethink it. I think about this. Every time I put this thing on, I think about that amazing time I had with these 4 amazing, beautiful girls that I'm so fortunate to have in my life. And then I think about how fortunate I am to have the job and the position that I do, where I'm able to take care of them in a way that would have seemed inconceivable to me just a few years ago. And also, and I feel like this almost goes without saying, I actually don't care what you think about what I wear, what I say, or how I look. I feel like I've built a very good rapport with you guys in establishing the fact that I understand that I am the way that I am, and I am comfortable with that. And I understand that makes some of you uncomfortable, but I will wear these type of things that may seem goofy to some people, but honestly, this is really cool. I can't be with my girls every day, but I can put this on and think about some of the really cool things I've been able to do for them and will continue to do for them, because I am fortunate enough to be able to do that. Thank you. Also, what's wrong? I mean, it's an octopus, dude. I think even without the backstory that was probably unnecessary, let's just make this whole thing way shorter. This thing is dope. Thank you.